Welcome back everyone, this is Mondo All Day, back with another video, and in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Batman and Robin. This is going to be from the Batman and Robin movie wave. This is going to be figure number 3, and number 4 for the Mr. Freeze Build-A-Figure figure. As always, I'll be talking about the figures itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box for each one. We'll start off with Robin since he is number 3. So, front of the box. I'll put his more to the side. This side. And I do like how it actually has a red box. Pretty cool. Little touch that I like. Thank you, McFarlane. And why is my camera acting up? And there we go. Sorry about that. So the side of the box, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. This is front of the box for Batman, George Clooney. This side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at each figure outside the box. As always, you do come with a card. This is the front of the card looks like for Robin. The back of the card. Put the card back here. Front of the card for Batman, Clooney. The back of the card. Now, for Robin, his accessories comes with these two different ice... I have no idea what these are. Armor punches? I don't know what they are. There's two of them. They are different, but here's one of them. Nice clear blue. I actually like that. And then it comes with another piece. Again, I have no idea where this goes. So, if you guys know where this goes, leave it in the comment section. I want to assume he's like punching or freeze. I have no idea. But he's cool though. And it does come with the Mr. Freeze pieces for Arnold. And for Robin, it does come with 2 hands. So I won't talk about it too much or show it too much, because I will be doing an overview of the figure itself fully built. So there you go. And then for Batman, it comes with also these iced punches. I have no idea. So there's 2 of them. They look to be identical. Alright, there you go. And then for Batman, it does come with Mr. Freeze legs as well too. And again, I won't talk about it or show it too much, because I will be doing an overview of Mr. Freeze fully built with the other figures. Alright? So that is that. And they both come with regular puck stands. Now let's take a look at Robin. We'll start off with the articulation. So, head articulation, left, right, up, down. Up, down is not the... Actually, it's good. Left, right, shoulder articulation. Bicep. Elbows. Wrist. Torso. I can do... There you go. Torso. Ooh, pretty good. Torso. And swivel as well. And what I like about the torso is actually when you lean it all the way back, it does have that more detail, which is pretty cool. Because I know with some of the other figures, when you go all the way back, it's just plain flat, like plastic. This has that detail, which is pretty cool. Leg. Ooh, it's a little stiff right now. Ooh, knees. It does articulate just stiff right now. Ankles. And toes as well, too. So overall, the articulation on this figure is actually pretty good overall. Now let's talk about the figure itself in terms of the design. The headpiece, I really like this headpiece. It looks very, very alike, like the character or the actor, I should say. I don't know his name, but it does look like him. Not a whole lot, but it looks pretty good, pretty accurate. And you got that mask on there. You have that regular eyes, and it has that shadowing around his eyebrows. Eyes. Then you got the painted lips on there. Then you got the face. The skin. The skin tone is a little bit more pink. So just keep that in mind. It's not a whole lot. I mean, you can't really tell because of the light, but it's a little bit pink. So keep that in mind. And then their hairstyle on there too. Really clean looking hairstyle. You got some dark brown, light brown marks here and there. And a little bit of black on the hairstyle. But overall, I gotta say this headpiece, it's a good looking headpiece. Very clean looking. And again, it looks similar to the actor. And then you have here the upper body. We'll start off with the shoulders. The shoulders have this, it looks like it's like a different color of, well, yeah. So I'll show you in a bit, sorry. So the shoulders piece is just very muscle tone. And it has this like faded orange and reddish type of color. And then there's the bicep as well too. And then of course the forearm. The forearm has a really long leather piece to it. And then you guys hear the little gauntlets on there, on the gauntlets as well. Then it has a left fist, kind of little design on there, sculpture on there. And so it has this weird, like a really long leather piece to it on the actual gauntlet. And what I was going to say earlier was the color on here on the shoulder is a little bit different than here on the actual Robin logo on the chest. So again, it's very subtle. It's not a huge, big difference, but I think it's something that I noticed though. So I'm just kind of like, ah. So for those of you who are wondering, it does change in color. Like you can see the shoulder right here. And when you look at there, it's a little bit different. And then you have the Robin logo, which I wish it was more brighter. Because this looks more faded. It's like a reddish and orangish, but it's a bit faded, if that makes sense. And so I wish it was just brighter. Maybe it's just me though. Then again, I haven't seen the movie in a while, so maybe it does look like this. So there you go. And then you have the very defined muscle on there. You got the abdomen, the chest, of course, the nipples on there. And then you have here the sides as well too. And then the other hand is going to be fist. And it's going to be the same design on the right arm, similar to the left arm. And we'll take a look at the cape. The cape it's fine. Very stylized cape. I like the feel of the cape. Very solid, very clean looking. And it's not actually heavy. I say this because I know some of the Batman figures, they have a really heavy cape, so it keeps falling back. This one actually feels pretty light. I actually liked about that. And so overall, I gotta say the upper body, it's a good looking Robin. Very defined muscles. I mean, just look at all that. Look at all that. The abdomen. This guy has like what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pack. Look at that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 pack Robin. So he definitely does a lot of sit-ups. And so overall, the upper body, I gotta say, it's a good looking figure. It looks similar to the character from Batman and Robin. So there's that. Then you have the utility belt, which is clean looking. It has that Batman logo on there. And there's not much to it until the belt. Let's take a look at the back of the belt. Yeah, really not much to it. And we'll take a look at the lower legs. The lower legs, in terms of the thigh, there really isn't much. Some muscle tone here and there, but there's not much to it. And let's see, does he do squats? He does do squats, you can see. And so the thighs don't have a design, but the boots itself do have it. So you got knee pads on there, very matte black, which kind of throws off because this is like nice and like polished look, but then the knees are just plain black. And then you have the boots are a different color. The boots have like a black with a little bit of like a faded white, if that makes sense, to it. I do like how the boots have this Robin logo, which is pretty cool. Very stylized boots as well too. More stylized here on the actual feet itself, you can see. And you can see perfectly what I mean right here. It has this kind of like, see that? Got white marks to it. I don't know if it's by design or maybe my figure came like this, so I actually like it like this. It gives it more of a unique look to it. Very stylized boot on there. And so overall, I gotta say, this figure itself, it looks cool. It's a good looking figure. And so to me, I like this figure. Again, great addition to DC Multiverse. It's not a figure that I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. But it's still a good looking figure though overall. So to me, I like this figure. Now let's take a look at George Clooney. We'll start off with the articulation. So left, right, up, down. Ooh, up, down is pretty good. Shoulder, bicep, elbow, wrist, do torso, swivel, then we'll do the leg, knees, ankles, and last but not least, going to be toes as well too. So overall, the articulation on this figure is actually pretty darn good overall. Now let's talk about the figure. I feel bad because George Clooney is an amazing actor, but man, people bash on the film, and I do too. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it's a bad film. And so, anyways, this figure, let's start off with the headpiece. I gotta say, the headpiece looks really good. Very clean looking in terms of the Batman cowl, but in terms of the actual chin, it does look similar to George Clooney. I know it's not 100%, but it does have the similarity to George Clooney. You got the painted lips on there, then you got the eyes, regular painted eyes, and then you have the shadowing around the eyes as well. Oh, oops. Come on. There you go. Sorry about that. So here we have the painted eyes, and you have the black shadowing around their eyes, similar to Robin. But the Batman cowl itself, it's just plain looking, not much to it, which is fine though overall. You got the very pointy Batman ears right here on top. And yeah, so the headpiece, I gotta say, it looks similar to George Clooney, and it looks good. It looks very solid, very clean looking. But it looks like him, George Clooney. And then you have here the arms. The arms are pretty plain looking, not much to it. And then you have the gauntlets on here, which I don't remember looking like this. The actual piece right here, I thought it had like a little spike. So correct me if I'm wrong. The forearm or the gauntlet. Then you have the same kind of style that's on the fist that's here, similar to Robin's. And the other side, again, it's very, very simple. And then you have the upper body itself, which is Batman logo, looks nice, clean looking, but very, very muscle tone. Just look at those abdomen. Let's count them. So let's do full flex. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 abdomen. He has a 10-pack. Wow. So the upper body or torso, it's just very clean, plain looking in terms of the actual paint itself. Just very muscle toned in the upper torso. The arms aren't, which is kind of funny how the arms are just kind of mediocre, but yet the torso on top is just super, super ripped. You see that? Look at the arms. Baby arms, and then super ripped. Then you have the cape. The cape is actually pretty wide for a Batman cape, but it has like a weird feel and look to it. So it looks like it's dirty and like been damaged, like someone has some kind of like liquid on them, and then it just, this is it. So it has a weird feel to it, and a look to it. It doesn't look bad. It's just, if you do get this figure, you'll know exactly what I mean. And it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet. So you go see right there. Look at that. I'm just wiping off whatever it is. So you can see my thumb right there. And I'll do it here again right there. You guys can see what I mean. So it's a weird material. It's not bad, but it is a bit weird though. And so overall, I got to say the upper body, it's a cool looking figure. There's not much to it into the paint. It's just black. And so I know some people may not like that because it's like plain black looking, but I think where all the money went on this particular figure is going to be the actual face. The face is really good. I'm telling you, see it in person, you're going to be like, damn, that is George Clooney. It looks a lot like him. It's not 100%, but you'll see what I mean if you do end up getting it. Take a look at the belt. The belt has a Batman logo, just plain black. And then, let's see if there's anything else. On the belt on the back. Oops. And the belt has nothing, so that's that. Since we're here, take a look at the glutes. The glutes, he does do squats. There you go. And the legs are very defined. Just look at the thigh muscle. Look at that. Damn, he definitely does squats. Just look at that. Muscles on there like crazy. Then you have the knee pads. Similar to Robin, also has it on here on the Batman, which is plain matte black. But I do like how these have like a nice gloss on the boot, and it has a Batman logo. It's pretty cool, very stylized. I liked it a lot. The feet on there is not so much stylized, very plain looking. But I will have to ding it a little bit because the joint is like a matte black, but everything else is like a gloss black. So it's like, come on, McFarlane, just paint this as well too. That would make it pop more. Because once you see the matte on the knees pads and also on the ankle joints, you're kind of like, ugh. But it's not bad though. It's not bad. It's something that you notice it right away. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. So overall, I gotta say, this figure, again, very plain looking because the color palette is just black. But the figure itself, in terms of the sculpture and design, I gotta say, it looks pretty darn cool. Very simple and clean, but it looks cool, man. I really like this figure. It's George Clooney. It's the version of Batman that we all, and I mean all of us, hate, because the movie is pretty darn cheesy, but at the end of the day, it's a cool looking figure, so I really like this figure. But of course, the main question is it really worth it? Should you go out and get these figures? Look, I'll say it right now. For the price of what you're paying for it, I think for $25, I think it's a pretty good deal. It's not an amazing deal, but I think it's good. And hear me out. Even though the color palette is not a lot, you don't have a lot of colors, but you do get a lot of design and sculpture. And so, I gotta say, they both look good. The headpieces, though, that's something that I want to talk about, because the headpieces on both of them, they look similar to the actual actors who played Robin and Batman. And so I think that's where all the money went. So in terms of the paint, there really isn't much, only Robin, but the headpieces, though, that's where a lot of the money went. And you can really tell, because I'm telling you, when you get this figure and you see it in person, you're going to be like, wow, that is George Clooney. That's going to be the actor who played Robin in that movie. So to me, for $25, I gotta say, I think it's a good deal. It's not an amazing deal, it's not great, but I think it's good overall. Apart from the price, though, what I think about this figure itself, I think they're cool, man. They're cool looking figures. Robin's cool, clean looking. It does have that red, so it does pop a little bit more. George Clooney is plain, just black. It's a very muscle toned George Clooney Batman figure. It's not bad looking, but it's one of those, the body itself, it's like, it's cool, but I'm telling you, when you have the headpiece on it, it just completes it. That makes sense? So overall, what do I give Batman and Robin from the Batman and Robin movie wave? Honestly, it's a thumbs up for me. It's not like a high thumbs up. It's more of like it's a thumbs up. I like them. But it's not great and fantastic. And I feel like if you set expectations accordingly, I think you guys are going to really like these figures. And I'm telling you, the headpieces look great. The bodies themselves, it's subjective to each their own. But these headpieces, though, they look really, really, really good. Here we have Ben Affleck Batman from the Justice League movie wave. Great looking figure. So much detail on this figure, like so much. And the paint, the color, everything about it just looks incredible. And I have seen people actually paint like a little bit of gold here and there. And it actually makes this figure pop even more. But here we have live action Robin next to two live action Batmans, Ben Affleck and George Clooney. Here we have Robert Pattinson Batman next to two other live action Batman and Robin figures. So much detail, great looking figure, fantastic figure, man. To me, the more I look at it now, the more I'm like, damn, that's a really good looking figure. And for what you're paying for $20 for all that detail and paint, it's incredible. Yes, I know it's the wrong torso, it's upside down. I know, before you start commenting, hey Mondo, I know, I need to get the regular one. But anyway, so just showing you and comparing this particular Batman next to other live action Batman and Robin figures. Here we have Christian Bale Batman next to, of course, George Clooney, and I always forget his name, sorry. Forget the actor's name, but anyway, so fantastic Batman. Out of all the live action one, I have a feeling this might be the best one out of all of them. The paint on the utility belt looks nice. The color palette, the detail, and the headpiece, incredible, incredible. And then you have these two, which is like over the top muscle tone and over the top 10-pack, but it's all good though. Here we have the one and only Michael Keaton Batman. This is going to be Michael Keaton from the Amazon exclusive Batman 89 2-pack, which is the vehicle and figure, the one that people were contacting McFarlane, contacting Amazon, like, hey, we want more, and now they're still available. Well, hopefully they're still available, but I know they're available on Amazon for, I think, several weeks now, so you definitely want to get one now before they're gone, because I feel like once they're gone, they're gone. But here we have, again, Michael Keaton Batman next to George Clooney, and just look at the abdomen. Look at how many sit-ups Michael Keaton had to get this body, and then just imagine how much George Clooney had to do in terms of sit-ups, because look at the muscle tone. Look at that. 10-pack, and then we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-pack, or 8-pack, excuse me. Here we have the one and only non-Ben Affleck live-action Batman figure from the Flash movie wave. And look, I know that the headpiece is not the greatest. I know, I get it. But you gotta admit, though, the body itself and the detail, It's actually pretty darn cool. And the great thing about it is it actually has a cape, and you could probably replace this headpiece with some other one and have a cool, unique, armored up Batman with a cloth cape. I don't know, it's just me though. But anyway, so just wanted to compare and bring this figure because once this figure came out, people completely forgot about it. And something tells me this might be a figure that people might want to get in the future, and it might go up in value because, again, I haven't seen this figure. I haven't seen anyone talk about it, and it's not a bad looking figure. Granted, does not look like Ben Affleck, but the body itself, you gotta admit, it's a pretty cool looking figure. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with these figures? Do you plan on purchasing these figures? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of Batman and Robin from the Batman and Robin movie wave, and on to the next one.